Okay, Taurus, this is going to be part two. Thank you for joining me on the Patreon. Excuse me, Patreon members get early access. So if you're seeing this on the YouTube, chances are you're a month behind. It's well worth it to subscribe to the Patreon. You're voting with your dollar. Okay, so feel free to do that. You're raising the vibe of the tribe. You're allowing me to continue to put out content meant to raise the frequency and vibration of the creative collective unconscious. Without further ado, let's keep going off of where we last left off. We talked a lot about reallocation of time, Taurus, and who you're carving out time for. You might be seeing, Taurus and or Crosswatcher for that matter, you might be seeing that, there's one thing if you can mutually put something on pause or not have time for someone, but then there's kind of a cold-blooded version of that. The cold-blooded versions of that will kind of reveal to you, where people are coming from to an extent, or their limitations. I feel as though people have a lot of depth of, intention, and, when they get hurt, maybe they can't show up for you in a way that you need. Which is, again, unfortunate. And by no means am I advocating kind of distracting yourself with work or your day-to-day. But if there has to be a placeholder, you constructing your reality around you, so to speak, you being able to make it in the way, in the fashion that pertains to your kind of highest timeline, that would be a good placeholder. Speak more to the Page of Cups in reverse. It just fell out, Spirit. Okay, you're not being receptive. You're hurt. You're hurt in a way. This is where emotions come in, and you're trying to navigate, because remember, we're looking through money right now. You're trying to navigate. It could be that certain people are blocked off to you because you do have work to be done. If you find that love is not popping off right now. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting, because I feel as though we're leaving this. There you go. You got the Ten of Wands in the upright and the reverse here, kind of just flung out there. But it's almost as if we're leaving this paradigm. If you are not working a traditional career, we're leaving this paradigm of having something kind of pre-made, cookie cutter, stable. And I think that we're speaking to life, like a cookie cutter, pre-made life. I think that's why maybe things have been so tough for us lately, Taurus. For us, Taurus. Because with great power comes great responsibility. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know what I'm saying? The undertaking that I feel, if you're resonating with me in this reading at the moment, that you are committed to is requiring a sacrifice in this regard. And your demand or your expectation might be heightened because others may not see the vision of what you're doing. Or they might be threatened by it. They might be threatened by it. They might be threatened that you will be able to do something that they couldn't do. This could be a generational thing. This could be a peer-to-peer thing. Which is fascinating because it speaks to the human condition. It speaks to the fact that, well, we're not all trying to do the same thing. We're not all in the same lane here. So for this to kind of come across as maybe people are threatened is it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And I think that a part of you is tired of kind of being this dependable, always there. I think that's why you got this kind of like Ten of Wands coming out. I'll read it in the neutral position. It kind of just flung out. You're not wanting to have more of a workload. You're not wanting to carry others. You have your own kind of empire that you're building. And I think that there's a way to communicate that. Fuck yeah, I'm good at what I do. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, get on board, or this is like Apple stock in the 90s. Okay? Starbucks. This is the new wave. Like, if you guys aren't, with it now, then missing out. Okay, let me fix my collar. Sorry, some Virgo in me. Sorry, not sorry. And I guess that's your approach. That's your approach as well. It's kind of a sorry, not sorry. Look, you're going to add to the equation or you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're going to add to... it's like you're going to invest in me or you're not. And I get that there are certain investments, but you might be looking for a certain emotional investment as well. You might be looking for a certain emotional investment because you want to be viewed a certain way, I think. Unconsciously. I feel as though I'm picking up a lot on the kind of Taurus dynamic of the social web structure. Because you have a certain vision, you see the vision, you feel the vision, you're living the vision, but you don't get that other people are quite yet getting it. But this to me is quite yet getting it here as I speak, because that 10th and final cup, trophies, and to boot, we were talking about that empire that you're building. And so now you're just kind of from this perception of like, okay, who's really adding value? Who's really worth their squeeze? What's in the cup? What are you offering? Like, I'm not just kind of open to any takers now. And these are part of the kind of like strategic decisions as like a company, so to speak. Like, you could take a monetary investment, but it's like, you want to know, but what's taking a monetary investment from something that should be kind of like this emotional investment? What's taking this opportunity if you have to kind of extend yourself and you're shown no respect? These are the kind of lines that we really have to live and define by, ourselves. Why am I taking on this role when I could be generating for myself? So, yeah, and that's what it is. That's what it is. So, it's kind of like play to pay. It's kind of like play to pay. So yeah, very interesting, very interesting. I feel as though we could get a little bit more out of this one since it's a part 2 spread of gratitude, joy, love, and light. Anything else for money for January 2022? Obviously, feel free to rewatch if these aren't so clear as to how they pertain to your own situation, but I really do believe in my heart of hearts that, something will resonate. Okay, you did actually have a lot come out here. Let's try to run through real quick and get the message. We have the Five of Pentacles moving forward in scarcity, poverty, lack, not really humbling yourself in a way. Seven of Swords is being on the straight and narrow. Maybe seeing that someone couldn't humble themselves in a way. But you're using this experience as a reference point for the future. You're seeing your current situation, but you're understanding that it's only a reflection of a certain kind of point that you've been. You know? Hermit in the reverse is the home front, maybe working out of the home front, maybe feeling more comfortable establishing your space, feeling secure in this cornerstone from which you're building from and through. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit? There's going to be some sort of rebirth in the month of January. Okay. Could be collaborative with the Three of Pentacles in the upright. Could be moving on to bigger and better things. Seeing some money trees grow in. Okay, took some hits and some setbacks, but ultimately no worse for the wear, you know? Is what I'm getting here. I'm really getting that you're going to be able to get a leg up this month in January. Okay. We spoke a lot about kind of like this emotional investment or emotional support. It turns out that you don't really need as much as you thought you did, which is fascinating. You're kind of this self-sustaining, able to fill from and drink out of your own cup, which I think is like a true, being able to get to that depth, that rock bottom, it's a real kind of defining characteristic that many aren't willing to endure for the successes that they dream of. I'll put it that way. But I find that if you're still resonating with this video, then you've gone through it and you've been there and you've done that, and hence why you kind of get greatly rewarded at the end here with that 10 of Pentacle energy. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. As always, feel free to like, share, follow, reach out for a one-on-one reading, and holler at your boy. Peace.